I am sculpting a new stop motion character today. It is 80s cartoon inspired. Yeah, so I liked all He-Man and Transformers and all things like that, and I thought, what would be better for a source of inspiration than those? But I had this real problem of finishing projects, and I really would like to make a sculpture that does all those 80s vibes and is actually finished. So today I am going to finish, and I even have a reward for the good person who finishes. So I'm starting with a sketch in Procreate. I think it's going to be sort of Skeletor based, this character, but not Skeletor. I'm going to put on some technological gizmo on the front of him, like it's something that keeps him alive, and I'm going to make it so that it's skin on him, almost as though this is like Skeletor before his head was just a skull. I don't know what the actual origin story is of this at all, so it's just my version of it. Like the skin is starting to give him this gaunt look and no eyes, something like that. Today I'm using plastiline, which is a plasticine type clay, and it's a medium. So it's really hard, and what I only just realised is you can put this on a hot plate, warm it up in a metal tin, and then it's nice and soft. I've kind of gone too far on this, and it's absolutely a gooey mess, but it'll harden again. So if I put it onto the stand, little sculpt stand, I can force that on. What I found was once it had hardened, it was really rock solid onto that stand. Whereas sometimes when I use the monster clay, it starts to kind of get a wiggle room and the whole sculpture becomes loose. I like the Skeletor character because it's a kind of mixture of fantasy and science fiction. And I actually tried to do something like this before when I was creating a character for Macbeth. And this is my notebook from quite a long time ago, which shows my thoughts and sci-fi images. I find some of these early parts the hardest because you're not quite sure where the sculpt's going, and this plan of a Skeletor inspired something is a bit vague, and I find you've got to just kind of get past these early bits till it starts becoming interesting. That's the hard bit, because it's not interesting yet. My technique is to just, now with the soft clay, take a small piece while it's still soft. Let's bring it into the character and work it where we want to, cut away where we don't. And this soft clay is really easy to use. I'm trying really hard to get a strong angled line in some places. For example, there, cutting into there. So I'm using the back of the tool to smooth and straighten that line as much as possible, because I'm not trying to create something realistic. I'm trying to create something stylized. So think it's done. If I could just leave it alone, it would be definitely done. Yeah. Time for the reveal. So, I'm calling that finished. There's lots of bits I'd change. There's lots of things I'd do differently. What's interesting is that the things that seemed really precise don't always live up to being filmed at such close-up kind of view. But overall, I'm really pleased with it. So that means I finished. It means I actually did it. It means I actually finished.